Hello and welcome to the website tutorial in WordPress. Today we'll be going through a few basics. So number one, we'll be starting with logging in to our WordPress dashboard. We'll be going through making some basic text amendments to current pages and posts, uploading content to our media library, creating a hyperlink to link to our content, adding a news article, adding a policy report, featured content on the home such as latest news and events, and adding a board or staff member. So first of all, we're going to go to the login screen, which is rmac.com.au/wp-admin. So this should bring you up to a WordPress login screen. If you've never logged in before, you'll need to get the login details of whoever has them. But it should bring you up to a page like this. So you just have to add your username and input your password and log in. Once you log in, it should take you to the dashboard page. So the WordPress dashboard is pretty much how you control your entire website. This is where everything in your website lives and how you can control it. So on the left sidebar, you'll see items like pages, media, posts, latest policy, latest news, etc. So this is pretty much where you will need to go to add content, upload content, and link content. So to start with, we're going to upload a new piece of content to our media library. So to do that, we click on media, and it will open up our media library. So we can see here all the current content that we have at the moment on our site. And to add a new piece of content is really quite simple. So what I did before was upload this, but we'll just delete this so I can show you again. So basically we go add new. We can select the file, so we can navigate it and link to whatever we want through our desktop, or we can actually just drag and drop. So I've got my new piece of content on the desktop, so I'm just going to drag it into here and upload it. So we can see that it's working, it's uploading, and here it is. So I've got the test upload there. Cool, we know it's there. If we go into it, we've got the URL here. So that's particularly important if we want to link it on a page. So add a hyperlink for someone to download the content. So that's basically how you upload new items to your media library. It's the same process for adding images, PDFs, documents, etc., logos. You just do it through here. To organize and to sort of delete items if you want, we can go bulk select. So we can choose the ones that we want to get rid of or not. So now we've done that, we're going to actually go into a news item, and we're going to add a new news article. So once the news page loads, so we can see all our articles here at the moment. The last one was published only 4 days ago. So to add a new piece of content, a new page, a new post is quite simple. They've all sort of got the same screen layouts, so pretty much just say add new. And it will bring us up to the text editor, where we can actually input all the content that we want to appear on our new post. Cool, so basically we just have to give it a title, so test news, and we input some text. So this is our test post. So in here we can do a few things. We've got a little bit of control over how we can make the text look, so we can bold, italicize, we can put in some bullet points, we can align it, and also we can link it. So there's a few different ways that we can link items in here. So for instance, if we wanted to add an image and link that to a different page, we would use our Add Media button. So to do that, click on that Add Media, it will open up your media library. In here, basically the screen that we saw before in the media library page will open, and we can choose anything in here and insert into post. So we might need to think about it for a little bit. There we go. So we do, like I said, we do have a few options here. We can align it to the center, we can align it to the right, and we can align it to the left. If we've got a bit of content in here, the alignment on the image will determine whether the text actually wraps around the post or not. So if we wanted to link this picture to somewhere, we can see that it's actually already got a link, but to edit the link, we would just click on the link button again, and this is where we would add the URL where we want it to go to. So once we've linked that, we can choose whether we want the link to open up into a new tab or just change the window to be the new link. We can also add or link to existing content within our site. So we've got a few options down here, and we can choose any of these and it'll update that. But for now we're just going to leave it as it was. We can also add some content to be downloaded. So this is particularly important for things like annual reports, documents, or anything that we want the user to be able to actually download to their desktop. So to do that, we click on the Add Download button, and we have to select the media library. So just select all media library files, so that will mean that all the files in your media library will come up for selection. And we get this drop-down menu here where we can pretty much choose what we want. So our test upload was the PDF test upload, so we'll do that. And whatever we type in here will be the default link for the file. So let's say test upload, so test PDF download, generate download link. So basically this is telling us that this will be the text that will be linked. On our page, we will be able to see this, and once we click on that, we will then download the file that we linked it to. So if you wanted to save that, we just say publish, and then we can preview, or we can also just save it as a draft if we're not ready, and preview it also. For now, we're just going to get out of this page. I don't want to save anything. So to add a new policy report is pretty much the same kind of process. Anytime you add a latest policy report or annual report, it will automatically apply the styling that you currently see on that page. Sorry, so we're going to reports. Cool, so we can see here all of our current annual reports. that come up on our report page. And this is where we would add a new one. So much the same as it was as adding the latest news and adding media to the library. We just add new, we enter a title. So, annual report 2016. And we've got a few more options on this one. So we can input the year, so 2016. And we also input the file title, so the name of the actual file that we're asking them to download, 2016. So another thing on here, which is kind of important, especially if you've got tags enabled on your website, is to add a tag to your content so users can find it within the search of your website. So you can see, if we say choose from the most used tags, and say, okay, no reports found, no tags found, but if we say annual report and add, we've now got that tag in there, which means that if the user was to search our website for annual reports, this would be found. We can also add an excerpt, which will come out, but for the layout, I don't recommend doing this, as it'll push the boxes out. Okay, so trackbacks are if you want to repost from another blog. So you can pretty much upload the URLs in here and it'll output into your website. In discussion, we're going to allow comments and allow trackbacks and pinbacks on this page. So it also allows other people to repost from our page. And we select the author. So whoever the author is, cool. We can also set a featured image if we want, but for the reports, we don't have any featured images, so we'll just leave that for now. So to add, so we've got all of our titles and headlines in here now, but we still need to add the download. So you want to add download, all media files, location is test upload, and we don't need to put anything. We can put text in here, or we don't need to put anything, and it will still generate a link. So now it's got the media ID. If we publish this, so to add a board and staff member, we're going to board and staff, and much the same as uploading content, uploading things to our media library and adding articles, we pretty much just have to add new. And the heading would be their name. I'm sorry. Board member name here, board member title, and board member description. So all the board member content would be input down here. So not the first one, but the second. So we can set an image for each board member. So basically we just add image and choose a headshot. If we were to go into a current staff member's bio, say if we wanted to edit it or change their image, super simple. Just go into the board and staff menu again. And much the same as the other pages, we can go into one and edit. So we can see here that his name is in the top title. His name is also in the board member name. His title is here and his bio is here. Now we've got the board member thumbnail and we've also got a featured image. So instead of uploading the board member thumbnail, you can upload a featured image and it will work the same. Okay. If we wanted to remove featured image, we can do that and change it, no problem. So set featured image. And we choose. And here he is. Okay, so much the same as the other pages, we've still got the same shortcodes and inputs. So we can still add media, we can still add files, external links, etc. And you've pretty much got these options on all the pages that you have control over. Anytime you want to save, just press update and you can preview the changes. So again, if we wanted to add a new user to our profile, so say you've got a new staff member and you want to allow them access to get into the WordPress and make changes, pretty much we can just add new here. So we've got a few inputs here. On this particular website, we've got 4 levels of access. So there's member groups of boards, members, service companies and stakeholders. So basically boards, members and service companies get the same level of access and stakeholders can pretty much just view content or view some content. So to add a new user, we pretty much just have to input their details into here. We assign them a username, we assign them a password and we send them an email. We can also choose their role, so we can say that they're an administrator of the website, for instance, they're an author, contributor, or they're part of the stakeholders, members, or board. And we've got a selection of the associations here. So once you fill that out, you pretty much say add new user, they will get an email with their login details, and they're now able to log in to your website.